there's like a countdown also.
It says we are live.
Are we live though?
I don't know. It says live.
Oh, are we live though? Are you able to hear us? This is all brand new. Hey, Skrillex. I think there's some delay. Let's see. Let us see. Should we be talking?
I mean, so far no one has said they're here, so
yeah.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
I hope they can. I mean, microphone seems to be going green, right?
Actually, it's not. Ah, yes, now it is.
Oh, hello. Oh, hello. We're live. Oh, my God. Oh, wow. Oh,
okay,
wow.
Here we go.
All the chat is coming.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Who knows?
Hola, Suzanne. Look at her writing in Spanish. Oh, wow. Hey, everyone. I wish I could read everyone's name, but it's so fast.
Let's go.
How's the audio? Can you guys hear us okay? Sounds good?
Too loud, not loud enough.
Good evening, Fanny. Hello, Ahmed, Mateos. Wow, Skrillex. Hello again. 5 by 5. All good. Can you just let us go? Sounds good. All is good? Okay, cool.
Okay, fantastic.
The audio is good. Sounds amazing. Yay. Wow, this is
very exciting. It's
yes.
a little bit yeah, it's different than just recording a video. It's especially since you're not talking back to us. It's a little bit weird.
Well,
but
they are talking back to us.
Yes, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's very hard to like keep up with all the comments.
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all scared me. I had the tab open and when panicked, I didn't know where the voices came from. Hello. Well, it's coming from us. That's for sure. Hello, guten Abend.
Hello, Smoothlers.
They say, accept me on LinkedIn. Oh, okay. Yeah, hello, Smoothlers. You know, like good Germans, we were here quite on time, we hope. We can give a few more minutes for more people to join, hopefully. I feel like I just want to read the chat, but I think that's also not good.
Yeah, we can do that for like 2 more minutes, I would say.
Okay.
That's just to let everyone in.
Cool. And have Paraguay. Hello, Australian. Wow. Yeah, please let us know, where are you joining from? We know Paraguay is there, Australia. Brazil.
Magdeburg.
Wow. Where did you read that one?
Magdeburg. Yeah.
Ah, wow. Magdeburg. That's Germany, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
India. Hello. Good. Hello to India.
Passau. Florida. All right. Whereabouts in Florida?
Berlin. Scotland. Köln. Super cool.
From Argentina.
Wow, Syria.
Nepal.
Hello.
Wow.
I have no...
Oh my God, it's getting faster and faster. München. Servus. Malaysia.
Colombia. Cologne. Oh, wow. Super cool.
Libya.
Hola todos los Latinos. Singapore. USA.
Nigeria, South Africa. Wow, literally like the entire world.
Pakistan.
This is freaking awesome.
Cool. This is anyone from Guatemala? Nah.
Nijmegen, hello. It's in the Netherlands.
Okay.
In the Netherlands.
There's a Dutch flag after it, so yeah. Morocco, super cool. So, Suzanne, what are you trying to say? Simple Germany.
Guate.
Guate. Pero en Alemania. So, but he's in Germany. Okay. Or she. So sorry. I'm so Maria. She. Sorry. I have Guatemalan heart.
Good answer.
That's a very good answer. Super cool, everyone. So glad you could join us. Really. Like we said, we.
Lauren, you're in the hospital. So sorry to hear.
I'm so sorry. I hope you're recovering well. That everything is going well. Oh my God. Do you have AC in the hospital? I know I was in the hospital once here in Germany. There was no AC. It was summer, August.
It's Jen's biggest beef.
40 degrees. It was not cool. It was not cool at all.
There was no draft or nothing.
I had to stay there 3 days. It was quite a thing. So we hope at least you're a bit more comfortable where you are. Hola, super cool. So yeah, Gus, hello, greetings from Stuttgart.
I think it's more like Gus.
Oh, Gus. That was my German pronunciation. It is hot here. Yeah, here as well. Ha! I have AC.
Wow! Fantastic.
You are lucky. Super cool. Anyway, so thank you everyone for making time and joining us. Really. Hey from Girona. Super nice. That is super nice. Girona, you wanted to say. I know. This is going to be a back and forth where one corrects my how do you say this pronunciation for a lot of things.
And you do mine. Yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. This is really beautiful. And yeah, let's just see where our conversation goes and flows. We're happy to answer questions, of course, but obviously also not the most like too individual ones. Maybe let's keep it keep it flowing so that everyone has something from this.
Yes, I agree. I mean, massive disclaimer. Obviously, we're not very big immigration experts, so any visa questions, that might be a bit hard. The best advice in those cases is to contact your embassy, unfortunately, because every person is very individual in that sense. So we will steer away from those questions as, good Germans that we are up front. But anyways, let's start with the good note. So it's like 03. I remember when you had less than 1,000 subscribers. Yes,
we do too.
Talking about that, that's actually a perfect introduction to the first thing we wanted to talk about, is that, hold and behold, we have reached 21K already.
Already now 21, yeah.
What?
We missed the 21 a little bit because actually COVID caught us after 2.5 years of running away from it. We caught up. That's why I might be coughing a little bit still.
Yeah.
We're fine, just a little cough still. So 21 it is now already.
21 it is.
You all have been fast.
Yes. And we are on the road to 25. I remember you at 1,500 here, Susanna. Oh, Fanny. Wow, Fanny knows. Is this the 21.3? Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought it was the date.
No,
you know,
it's
the
21,300 and something.
Here we have Fanny here proving things. Thank you very much, Fanny. Super cool. And we're on the road to 25K, which what will happen?
There will be a little, big, I don't know, whatever. Surprise.
I don't know if it's little or if it's big. It's the next big deal.
We're planning something. How about that?
Yes, we're planning something. Today we had to do some errands regarding this something. We will see. Hopefully you like this something. But of course, we will only reveal it once we reach the 25K for this something. And we're very curious if you will like it or not. I mean, it's a test. We sometimes, you can do everything and be super excited for a project or something and it just fails. Or it can go super successful. Yeah. We don't know. So
keep growing us. Thank you very much.
Yes, so thank you for all of you.
And then we hope we can have some fun together.
Yes. So proud of you. Thank you so much, Susanne. That is. By the way, do you pronounce your name Suzanne, or Susanne, like German pronunciation? I don't want to mess that one up. You know what I mean? Because
I know what you mean. I was just thinking how you can have to write like phonetic language now.
Oh wow! Good luck me trying to like.
Because you're asking a pronunciation.
Hello
question.
From Guatemala, from Adriana. Hola.
Guate.
Oh, gay marriage in Copenhagen. That would be super helpful. Oh, that's a very interesting question.
All I know is that marriage in Denmark is a lot faster and less bureaucratic than in Germany. That's why a lot of international couples also go to Denmark. We didn't, but I know it's a trend.
And why didn't we?
Because we want to do it the right way.
Yeah. And I would say, to be honest, it was quite interesting because I, at the same time, kind of like that we wanted to get married. I have a friend who is Spanish. I mean, half Spanish, half from the US, who wanted to marry a girl from Germany, but she was born in
Kazakhstan.
And for them, even from the Spanish embassy, it was a lot more complicated for them to get married in Germany, at least in Dusseldorf, than it was for us. First of all, being like same-sex couple, and me being from Guatemala, which you might think, okay, this is like one of the most impossible things.
But the main issue is that she didn't have a birth certificate.
Also, but like the guy he also didn't have.
I think we're derailing a little bit here.
But we're talking about the gay marriage and how easy it was for us versus others.
For us, it was really just getting the documents, waiting the time that the processes everything,
translations,
and that's it. I mean, it was just proper bureaucratic step-by-step process.
Yes. And one amazing story about that also is that when we went to make our appointment at the Standesamt, I will never forget this. The appointment was done in a massive black book that was actually taken from room to room. I'm like, this is so like not efficient, Germany.
But this is just Düsseldorf.
Yeah, or Dusseldorf then in that case,
Other cities are already digital.
Yeah. Like Cologne, for example, is super digital. So hi, I'm sad. Your name is Sad. I thought you were Sad from Chemnitz. Income tax, or do you know any resource in English about paying income tax? I guess is the question. We have a guide, I think, on that one, or?
We have a general tax guide, yes. It depends on your situation. But how about you watch the last video about tax declaration?
Declarations, yeah.
And there we go into it a little bit and tell you how to tackle it.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
There you go. Oh, wow,
damn.
Pedro. Wow. Okay, so we actually have this thing called Super Chat where that is super nice. We got a donation here from Pedro.
Thank you, Pedro.
Thank you very much. That is super kind of you. No need, but thank you very much. Any merch coming out, says Cooper. We don't know. Oh. So that laugh might imply something. We don't know. So super cool.
Here, the question with the train ticket, Düsseldorf to Essen to Dortmund to Düsseldorf. If it's a day trip, you could get a day ticket. If it's on the weekend, there's also the NRW Schöner Tag ticket that allows you to travel throughout NRW. So those would be 2 options I would look into.
Okay, they're asking for it. Should we do that introduction thing?
Oh,
We can do the whole introduction. How about that? Are you ready for this one?
sure, let's do this.
Okay.
With the clap and everything.
Oh, with the clap. Okay, so when we record, we actually do a clap because that helps to sync the audio with the video that we do. So we will do like if we are recording, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Jen, and I'm from Guatemala.
And I'm Yvonne, and I'm German.
And together we're from I got messed up.
Okay, one more time.
Okay. And together we're from simplegermany.com, where we create English content to empower internationals to settle into life in Germany more smoothly. I hope that wasn't too slow. How's the inflation affecting smoothly? Yeah, woo!
How's the inflation?
Inflation. So inflation affecting the prices in Germany. This is actually a question that we've received in a few emails and stuff.
I mean, I would say it's not a German question. It's a
worldwide question. Yeah.
And a general economic question. And of course, inflation always increases prices, generally speaking, like the goods for life. Like supermarket prices obviously go up. Electricity, energy in general is a hot topic.
Yes, gas prices like for cars, right?
So obviously, yes, life has, since our video in January, where the cost of living update, our video has become a little bit more expensive.
Wow, Susanna, thank you so
Holy
much.
camoli.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That's crazy. I hope you didn't type that extra 0 by accident. Thank you. So, Susanne, I said the German name as you like to be called, as I read in your response to that.
So yes, life has gotten more expensive. It's very hard to give a number. We usually say,
sorry, because an hour ago news broke about the Nord Stream 1, says Fanny, which would affect things regarding prices. And
funny,
stuff.
we haven't read the news in the past hour.
Yeah. But thanks for keeping me up to date. But sorry to interrupt you.
No, generally speaking, it's just, of course, it's gotten more expensive. But I would say not just in Germany. I would say pretty much I would say the world, anywhere where there is inflation, anywhere country that is affected. And of course, depends a little bit on your life circumstances, how that affects you. And also how you are living, generally speaking, right? So it's very hard to give numbers because it obviously really depends on products. Like butter has gotten super expensive, oil has gotten super expensive now. Like the specific Speiseöl, those 2 products we don't use. So maybe add a 10, 15%, 20% to your normal cost of living, and that should be fine for the moment. But of course, we don't know how things are going to develop, right?
Yeah.
But we rather live in the now and be optimistic than hide ourselves and think the world is going to end, which hopefully it's not.
Which hopefully it's not.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow.
I just knocked on the wooden table.
You're supposed to do that. Germans knock on wooden tables to hope things don't happen. We do that in Guatemala too as well, though. Interesting question. I am trying to pick questions as you speak and whatnot. German a few minutes ago, and Brotchen came up, and I got flashbacks to Oh, hello, Anna. It's a comment. By the way, Anna, I don't know if you heard this, but in one comment it said, "Why did you say beloved Anna in the video?" One of the first.
We actually met Anna at our meetup, and turns out that Anna and us, we are like neighbors. So that's why we say, "Oh, Anna." I've seen you on the street, by the way, but you didn't see me.
Not good one. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, so one question. Sorry, I didn't catch the name. I was too slow. Anyway, so they were asking if it was hard to get a cab from the Düsseldorf airport to an apartment. And I would say so. No, in the Düsseldorf airport, in the international one, when you exit, there's like actually cabs there that you just take the
yellow cabs. In Germany, the cabs are yellow.
It's a very efficient service. Actually, I would say they're like beige. They're like not white.
New York yellow.
No, not New York yellow, because I had that image. And there's like a line system that the first cab is the one that takes the next customer, and so on. They most of the times accept card. You can also pay with card, but make sure just to ask before you get on the taxi if you can pay with card.
Another option would be to use a mobile service like an Uber or Free Now. Free Now is like the German the German like digital taxi service. But yes, it's absolutely no problem usually to get a taxi.
Someone is commenting how our smoothly has a more harmonic sound to it. Any tips for me that don't speak German to avoid to be rude? I think a smile goes a long way, even though Germans don't smile directly back.
And a hi and a danke.
Yeah. A German hello and a smile goes a long way. And then a sorry.
Body language, generally speaking, I would say, right? And
a sorry, English is okay. That usually tends to break the ice a little bit with German communication, in my experience at least.
Howdy.
Howdy, howdy. I love your videos. Thank you so much. Hello, Ivan. You produce amazing content. Okay, thank you. We're considering taking the job seeker visa.
A good timing for December this year. To be honest,
I think there is no bad timing.
I was just going to say, I don't think we're not big fans of seasonality in general. Because it's a constant thing. I mean, yes, there's a lot of changes in January sometimes. So if you plan December, if that works for you, do it. There is, I think there's no right time to move to Germany, really.
The one, maybe if you're going in a job seeker visa, the one thing that might be considered is that Germans usually take holidays or Christmas holidays from the 15th of December till roughly, sometimes it could be the 1st, sometimes it could be the 6th, sometimes it can be the 15th. So, oh, thank you, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks for being awesome. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you so much. And that is maybe the one caveat. Same goes for summer. A lot of actually companies also take, it's not as hard, I would say, as in other countries like maybe France or Italy, where you really have a whole bunch of stores shut down for a whole month, which is usually August. But summer tends to be also a little bit.
We call it actually in Germany also like the summer break, like the summer dip. So it's quite typical that in summer businesses have less English, no? Businesses have less jobs to do. Depends on the type of business, but it's quite common that you speak about a summer low. So that is the only thing that could be mentioned, but it's also not in every industry. It highly depends.
Definitely. I have a question here. If I pay taxes in Guatemala, I know I do not. Guatemala does not have a rule like in the US where you have to have double taxation or still pay taxes even though you live outside of the country. So I'm lucky enough to not pay taxes in Guatemala.
Yeah, I would say Germany has a lot of treaties with countries to avoid double taxation. US is, I would say, maybe the exception to the more or less rule of no double taxation.
Yeah. Oh, interesting question. How easy or affordable is it to buy a house in Germany? Yeah, it is a nightmare. House in a city, unaffordable. In a village, it is at least a bit affordable. Yes. So I would say, actually, interestingly enough, Germany is a country where I think 50% of people, what is that statistic? Have a house?
No, rent. Yeah. I mean, it's like 50-50 kind of thing. But we're definitely not the typical buying country compared to other countries.
Yes.
And yes, it is rather complex. It's not impossible. Absolutely not. There is great resources, especially also for English speakers that support and help. But it is expensive compared to other countries because houses here are complex and robust and take a long time to build. And I would say especially the craftsmen are quite expensive. So it's depends on if you just want to buy or build, but it's definitely a bigger project and it's not just a thing you do overnight.
Yes. And I would say, first of all, I'd like to say a big shout out here to Kobos. Thank you so much for your support. I don't want to miss it. Otherwise the chat goes and then it's super hard. But yes. And also I would say personally, the older you get, you might think, oh, do we want a house at some point or whatnot? And looking at the market currently is just, I think it's super hard. Either you need to go into the middle of nowhere and find a semi-affordable house, but then again, you're in the middle of nowhere. And to be honest, currently in our life situation, we love living in Düsseldorf. Like in the city, we have so many nice restaurants and things to do and activities that happened. This weekend was it's called the Loreto Viertel Sommerfest, which is like a summer fest in the street that we live close by. And that was amazing. And that you wouldn't have in a smaller, obviously you have a quieter life, but you wouldn't have such much action. And I think
you also have Straßenfeste in smaller areas, but not the same.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So, I also saw one other, someone here, I forgot the name.
Are salaries increasing as per inflation? No, they are not.
Currently, they're not, which is, again, I don't know. It's a hard situation at the moment. I'm confident it's going to work out at some point, but Düsseldorf rocks. It does. But currently, and to be honest, we don't also have the pulse on the market to be able to say they have increased the salary. Maybe in 1-2 years, we see the ripple effects of everything and see how things have adapted and what has happened, really. I just saw the lamp things. SGS smoothie. Oh, you like it? Did you see it? Yeah, it's right there. I thought to put it as a little funny thing.
There are no dumb questions. How to walk a dog in Germany? Can he pee anywhere on the streets? Are there any specific rules?
Very good question, actually.
So the dog can generally pee anywhere, except there is like signs. Sometimes neighborhoods put like up signs on if they have like a beautiful flower bed or basically don't let the dog pee maybe right in front of the door of a shop or anything.
Yes, that would, or on a bike.
Yes, exactly. But other than that, there is no rules really. The only thing is that you pick up the poop, and there are special dog poop bags,
Yeah.
and you can just drop them in the next trash can, like on the sidewalk, so that goes into the regular street trash in that sense.
Yeah, and very important, sorry to interrupt you, is to always have the dog on a leash.
Exactly.
And I would suggest actually not to have these transparent leashes that the dog can go like thousands of meters, right? That I have a very colorful one, because we do have a friend whose dad was jogging and he tripped on one of these transparent leashes because the dog was on the other side of the field. The owner was there and they didn't see each other. So that could happen. So very, on a bike. So very colorful leash. It's very important. I read here that Susanna, you brought some beans from the US, I assume. That's amazing. Are they Guatemalan beans? And some seeds. Oh, that's nice. Someone was asking, I again forgot to write the name, I'm so sorry, if talk about future Simple Germany projects. What are Simple Germany projects? So we have this project that we're working on that we want to release when we hit the 25K. That has definitely been, as Germans say, a hin und her, like a back and forth.
Yeah, between us, but also generally speaking, yeah, it's been some discussion point.
Yes, definitely. But I think it's going to turn out pretty well. So that will be launching soon, we hope. Other projects that we have in the pipeline.
To be honest, projects, generally speaking, for us is to keep creating content.
Yeah. YouTube is a very big time-sucking.
Exactly.
We love it, but it requires a lot of time and planning as well. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So there will definitely, hopefully, be again a little bit more focus on creating more content on the website in the future. So that is technically. There is no real project outside of that other than the 25K project at the moment. I mean,
yes.
Times change quite fast in life and for us.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Well, we also have like mini projects today. For example, when we launched a video about the big update and we revealed the logo, a very kind designer, I don't know if you're here, but like mentioned how like the S from the logo was very sharp and the letters were
soft.
Smooth. So today, like I fixed that, for example, and that's like a mini thing where I updated the logo everywhere, YouTube, LinkedIn, and everywhere we have the logo. So there are many projects that happen throughout time, but like really big projects at the moment, YouTube pretty much keep on creating content, updating the content that we have, answering questions and stuff. So that's currently where we're at. What else we have here? We already answered that. Do you think the introduction at the very beginning, we copied a few that were coming in, and the website is to be able to see the...
Thank you very much, Kurt, for your support.
Additions. Okay. Thank you, Kurt. Okay. Fanny was saying here that one thing that she misses on the website is to be able to see the latest content. We used to have actually a page that said like latest articles, but we actually decided to delete it because we thought it wouldn't be like.
That's why we send the monthly email update with
yes.
the updated guides and videos.
Yes, definitely. But I know what you mean. Yeah, we need to be honest, one of the big projects I would love to tackle at some point is redesigning the website. I think it can be improved. In some areas, navigation and stuff could be improved and design a little bit. But yeah, I mean, again, it's what do you prioritize, right? It's
yes.
Making more videos or making the website pretty.
But from the beginning, B. Chris asked the question, do you think the introduction of ETIAS is in next year in 2023 will make it more difficult to move to Germany from outside the EU? So ETIAS, as far as I'm informed, is a similar thing like ESTA for the US that Europe is going to launch. So not just Germany, but the EU, to make pretty much to collect data on people that don't need a visa to enter Europe. And it will be similar to ESTA or ETA in Canada, where you need to enter data online, and then you pretty much get your visa waiver. It's a visa waiver program. So it's just for tourism. It's just for tourism travel. So I don't see any reason why that should impact moving to Germany. But those are just my 2 cents.
Yeah, to be honest, if I have to be very honest with you, like I don't read the news at all. Like I don't. She's my news actually. I told Yvonne, if the world is burning and we need to do something about it, then please let me know. Otherwise, I don't. So I'm glad you knew what this was all about. Super cool. Someone, hey, Adnan, what is the situation of programming jobs in Berlin? From my experience as a developer, I can tell you programmers, I think someone replied the same, is there's always companies in the
Abundance.
lookout. There's an abundance of opportunities, in my opinion, at least. Again, you have to decide for yourself. For example, do you want to go with a startup, where startups usually tend to be a little bit more stressful, I would say, the environment, because things need to be developed a lot faster. Things are changing all the time. It's very new. Or you want to go with a more bureaucratic company that it's a lot more slower and more processes, or an in-between kind of thing. But in my experience, developer jobs are always open.
There's an abundance of opportunity, yes.
Problem is, unfortunately, and I think this is a worldwide problem, is if you are a junior developer or with not much experience, that's when it gets a little bit tricky, because again, it's like the chicken and the egg situation. So they want people that are experienced, but no companies are willing to give that first experience to developers. So that's a bit tricky one. Internships usually are a good start in that case. With the gases, so how has Safira is asking, how has, again, this whole inflation and gases affect us?
So to be honest, at the moment, it doesn't, like right of this moment, and please, I don't want to sound ignorant or whatsoever, but as of right now, it doesn't affect us because it's summer. I mean, so that is very, very, again, I don't want to sound ignorant. We will only really know the impact once we are in winter, because of course, politics talk a lot, media talks a lot, but from my experience, media also talks a lot that is not necessarily always true or could be handled differently. So we cannot tell you. We only know once we reach that point, and then we will need to see what happens. Right? There's so many rumors. What could be happening? To lower the temperature to a certain degree, to who gets cut first, the industry or like residents. We don't know, right? We really don't know. We cannot foresee it. We won't have an impact. I mean, we cannot change it. We cannot decide on it. So we will just have to deal with it, with whatever happens. Do we think that the world will end this winter? No, meaning like we will still live a relatively comfortable life compared to other places in the world. So it always depends on the perspective, I would say, from what you see it. And I think we'll be able to, still live. I don't think it's gonna be over.
It's a hard topic also to shed to, how do you say this, to, oh my God, look at the German just popping up to, sorry, someone donated here $20 and we didn't say thank you. I'm so sorry. Thank you very much, Pili Corredor, muchas gracias. I assume you speak Spanish. I'm so sorry, but thank you so much. It's a very hard topic to determine, really, because we're in the middle of it all and we don't know. When winter hits, we will all find out, I guess. But we will see. So I have another question, actually interesting here. Are there any English-speaking schools in Germany?
There are.
Yes, but usually these tend to be private schools,
Yes.
right? Or international schools. And unfortunately, those tend to be privately owned. So you do have to pay a tuition fee for kids. But they do exist.
So speaking about schools, there's we don't have kids, obviously, so we cannot speak of experience, but the experience from our friends or from forums or other areas where we research a lot is that it depends a lot on how you approach the school topic, depending on what your idea of moving to Germany is. If you are going to move here for like a 1 or 2 year contract and you know that's going to be it, a lot of families prefer to stick with international schools and stick with English, just to not disrupt the learning process, because it's temporary anyways. If you move here with an open-end plan and you don't have a time limit and you actually want to make this your home, then families usually prefer to use German schools, because obviously it's better if the kids adapt and integrate as fast as possible. And usually also the parents integrate better through their kids, because kids are known to make friends a lot faster, learn the language a lot faster. So that's usually kind of like, the decision-making process.
Yes, I agree. Definitely. Sorry, I kind of didn't hear half of what you said because I was looking at the comments.
Well,
but I believe that what you said is definitely a good thing. What part of this home is this? This is the new office. Yes, this is the new office. Actually, talking about that, that's actually where we record.
There.
So we're like at the desk at the moment. But the past videos, they were in the previous studio, like pretty much it was our living room, because yes, please.
Yeah, so we always pre-record. So in cases like I would say last 2 weeks where we couldn't really talk. You can still hear my voice a little bit.
Hmm.
We still have content for you. So so that's why we had some videos with the old background.
Yes, but I believe the next video that's coming next Monday is already in this new office. Audio, I'm not so sure if it's as good because I think we didn't have the sound panels just yet, but it's coming. You know, all those videos are going to come in the future. Hopefully they're just going to get better and better. Yes. Any advice on a good district in Düsseldorf to move? I'm moving to the city in the near future and looking for a place to rent a flat. This is a very interesting question. You're welcome, Mary Mation.
So how about our favorite neighborhoods? Definitely Unterbilk.
Yes.
Definitely biased. Also the area around Nordstraße. So I think that is Pempelfort.
That is Pempelfort. I also like the zoo. What is that also? No, where the zoo park is? Oh my God, I used to live there and I forgot.
It could be extended Pempelfort.
No, it's not Pempelfort. Just forgot.
Well, look for Zoo Park. Zoo Park and that area around there. Not such a big fan of Flingern.
Yes, I would say the reason why Flingern is not in our hearts is just because the neighborhood is pretty cool, but for how do we say it, like livelihood of the neighborhood is a lot smaller, or it's a lot more quieter to live in Flingern than in Unterbilk, for example, or Pempelfort. That's what I think it's.
At the end of the day, depends a little bit on what you're looking for, but also, of course, where you find something.
Yes, one big recommendation, I know this maybe if you're coming from abroad, it's not so known, but usually in any European city, I wouldn't say it's a German thing, but in any European city, the neighborhoods that are very close to a main train station tend to be a little bit more rougher on the edges, a little bit more sketchy. There's a lot more.
Hauptbahnhof is the main.
Yes, so around in Düsseldorf, for example, the areas around Hauptbahnhof, if you are, for example, maybe, I don't know, just a single, I don't know, it's just a very sketchy area, I would say. But we, for example, today we went to that area to see a person for the project. And if you live there, I mean, if it's not so bad, but you just need to know it's sketchy. And if you think you can handle it and your family can handle it, then it's okay. But just know that that area tends to be cheaper for sure, but definitely a lot more, we can just say like homeless people as well, and people that might be using drugs and stuff.
Sturdy.
This is a European
That's every
thing.
Hauptbahnhof in every city,
yes,
I would say.
Yeah, so that just know that area tends to be a little bit tougher. But other than that, what about Düsseltal?
Yeah, Düsseltal is also nice.
Also nice area, yeah. I mean, Oberberg is also nice, but that's really like very quiet.
Düsseltal is where the zoo is. Hi, thank you, Anna.
Bams, thank you so much. You know Düsseldorf more than we do. Oh no, Ivan, if you're new here, Ivan, we got COVID like 2 weeks ago, and Ivan is still suffering with the cough, but we're getting through it.
The post-COVID cough.
Video about German public library system. Who can use what and where's?
Question.
That is a good one. I will write it down here. Public
yeah, but I can answer that very quick because as a teenager, I used to use the library quite a lot. And you become a member. Not sure if you pay a fee. I would say so. Probably you pay like a one-time or like a yearly fee. And you got back in the day, we had a membership card. Maybe nowadays there's also digital cards for your phone. And you can literally just go and rent books, CDs. I mean, back in the day, movies or whatever they offer. And you usually have a limited time period, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, depends on the item that you can use it. And then you have to bring it back in time. If you don't bring it back in time, you usually pay a fee.
True.
That's the system how I know.
Yeah. Actually, we should. There's a public library close to where we live. I want to register actually to see the whole experience, and then we can make a video about it. Yeah. It could be coming soon. Okay, Pedro, I think you've asked this question I don't know how many times already, but we can definitely answer it. Sorry about that. Do dogs travel inside a dog kennel or trains, or they can go freely? I think this is more.
It depends
on the train.
It depends on the size of the dog.
Mm-hmm.
Certain breeds must wear muzzles. It's usually like the category 2 dogs. If you look in one of our guides, we talk about the categories and link out to the official pages. But they don't need to be carried in crates unless you're flying somewhere.
Yes, I agree. And if there's a category 2, did you say it's with a muzzle? Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Andrea. Ihr seid ausgezeichnet. Lerne, verbessert Deutschland, lernen, verstehen. Dankeschön. Thank you very much.
And what is your currency? RON.
It's from, maybe it's rum. I'm kidding. No. Yeah. Okay, Susanne, I believe you're 10. It would be so simple, but so funny. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Susanne. Thank you. Hopefully we can meet personally in a meetup one day.
Speaking about
meetups, that is actually one thing we wanted
to say. Exactly, that was here on our list of talking points. The meetup was amazing. Again, thank you everyone that was there. We didn't want to do a follow-up video on it because that doesn't really fit our content and it's not helpful to everyone else. But we do intend on doing more meetups. We have a few ideas. I mean, we need to see obviously how life works out in the end. But the idea is to maybe go to southern Germany in fall, and then maybe go to like northern eastern Germany next spring. But obviously we will communicate that when it's actually more planned. It's also a bit dependent on COVID, right? How everything develops. But the idea is there. We really enjoyed the meetup and talking to everyone and having beautiful conversations. So that was a success.
Yeah, definitely. We had tons of fun. Actually, it was very funny. Maybe it's not even a funny thing, but we were next to a circus, and suddenly circus music started playing very loudly. So that was like our background music. Oh, thank you so much. Actually, Ron, dude, it's like Romanian. So sorry. Yeah, it's from Romania. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
Yeah. Well, from Hungary, Florence. Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
I could have known that one.
Thank you.
3D printer, do a video via YouTube for free. In Milwaukee, you have the option to use a 3D printer. Okay. If you do YouTube videos, I guess. Sorry, I read a random comment. What else do we have here? So we talked about the meetups, which is a lot of fun. That was pretty cool. Yeah, someone asked her, how can we survive summer without AC? That is a very good question. We have to push through it.
Well, we actually this year, so when I moved to Düsseldorf, to be like, go back and be very, very honest.
Wow,
so when I moved to Düsseldorf, I got the flat that we are still living in now. And it came with a very, very old ventilator that we have used until last year. And it was very loud and very noisy and just really almost falling apart. That's why we got rid of it. And then this year we, smart enough, not just in summer, but already in like early spring, before they got sold out, bought a new ventilator. And this time actually did some reviews or watched some reviews. And we got a really cool ventilator that is super quiet, blows amazing air. And with that, we survived summer in our flat.
Also winter.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that has been actually a lifesaver. But also, to be honest, like when it was super hot, we couldn't work at all. So we decided to take a spontaneous trip to the Netherlands, which... it's amazing, by the way. They have a lot of body of waters because they have tons of canals, right? And we spent an overnight just out in nature because it was unbearable to
laying in the shade and dipping into the water.
Yeah. So that was really so lucky that we were so able to do that, because in the past it hasn't been possible. I've had jobs, I think I mentioned this in a video, where I mean, first of all, they were like leather chairs. Oh my God, if you wear shorts and you're sitting on leather chairs, I think we all know what happens. Your skin gets stuck. And second of all, like it was so hot a couple of times that they gave us, what's the name? Hitzefrei, where it's so hot that, the boss says, free for like stop working, just go home, eat an ice cream, and then we'll see each other tomorrow when it's cooler again.
But then again, also, it's a very German thing to whine about. If you want the sun and you want warm, but then when it's too warm, you whine that it's too warm. So
yes,
it's been, this year, it's been like 3-4 days where it's been extreme heat. We can suck those up. I mean, let's be happy that the weather is.
I decided this year I wouldn't complain about the summer and the sun. I'm just saying what we did when it was really warm. And they're asking, where did we go in the Netherlands? And we went to
the river is called Maas. It's close to Roermond, so it's actually just a 45-minute drive from here. So it's literally just behind the border. And there's tons of lakes in that area. Tons of lakes, tons of little marinas. We actually discovered it because we have friends who have a boat there and who showed it to us 4 weeks ago. And I mean, I didn't know that it was there for the past 10 years. So much for knowing your area. But also we didn't have a car, so,
It's true. Yeah.
So we just chose the opportunity, also recovering from COVID a little bit better, and went there, and it was beautiful. And there's like camping areas right by the water, and it was really nice.
Yeah, super cool. Here, Erim Christ is asking, getting closer to making the jump, how did you handle the nerves prior to making such a huge jump, Jen? To be honest, I did the pond jump, I guess is what you're saying. I did the jump way back when I was very young. I was like, oh my God, I feel so old now. I'm sorry, I'm writing a question down. I was 22 at that time. And I think life perceptions when you're younger are very different to now that I'm, how old am I? Well, you thought I was going to say that I am older. I'm kidding. You can know that I'm now 35. So when I was 22, it was really just an impulse to leave Guatemala, to have a new adventure, to just see the unknown. And to be very honest, I had no idea. I first landed to actually Budapest, Hungary. I lived there for 1.5 years, almost 2. That was the very first stop that I had in Europe. And I had no idea about Hungary, really. I think the only thing I researched, I think I saw a Wikipedia page like 2 days before I traveled. I was so unprepared. So everything was like a curveball thrown at me pretty much because I had no clue. And then when I moved to Germany, I had a little bit more research under my belt. But still, I think the only thing I found back in the day for answering questions was Toy Town, which is this online forum. If you've done some research online, maybe you have seen it. But to be honest, the motivation to have a better quality of life for me has always been bigger than staying back home than and dealing with the stuff back there. I would say the stuff meaning like more violence, like not accepting LGBTQ people and so on. Talking about LGBTQ, we got an interesting question. Let me see if I find it. Where is it? Someone asked us, where did we celebrate if we celebrated Pride this year? Oh, thank you so much, Fanny. Get well soon. I really loved. Oh, get well.
Thank
soon,
you,
yeah.
Fanny.
That's a nice contribution for some nice teas. So to be very honest, we are not very active in the whole Pride scene. If I have to be super honest, I think the motivation for starting Pride was very well intended, definitely a necessary thing to bring awareness to the community. However, nowadays, I think it's just gotten a little bit out of hand. It doesn't represent what I believe it's at least my values as a queer person. So therefore, we went once to the Cologne
We went
Pride.
a few times. It's just too loud for us. How about that?
Yeah. So since then, I said, to be honest, I don't identify.
And in Germany,
with...
it's very fetishy also.
Yes, it's very intense, I would
yeah.
say. So I rather go to a local bar, support the local community and do stuff locally than go to a massive event like that. Yeah. So we didn't celebrate Pride in that sense, to be honest. Yeah.
But speaking of communities, there was another question from Tora, how big the Japanese community in Düsseldorf is.
Yes.
And to be honest, it is actually second largest Japanese community outside of Japan in Europe. So it is huge.
Yes.
It is really, really big. It's a real subculture, I would say. I mean, there's the whole area around Immermannstraße is called Little Tokyo.
To the extent that actually recently this year, they put the street name in Japanese. So they added it as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, we have Japan Day. We I think touched it in one topic. I think the part of, I'm not sure which one, in one video. I mean,
I think the one about Düsseldorf.
Maybe, yeah. And it's really big. There's amazing Japanese food here. You have Japanese supermarkets. You have a lot of little stores. So it's really tons of Japanese companies really also. So it's really big. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. How old are you guys? It's already said how old I am. How old are you? What do you think? Is
come on.
Older or younger than me?
That
is the question. We can wait for some answers. I know there's a little bit of delay, but that's a good question. Do you think Ivan is older or younger than me? So I'm 35 currently. About to turn 36 actually.
Funny.
Oh, 27. They say 35 and 40. Okay.
Really, Johan? About we need to research on that. That's always what they tell us here in Düsseldorf. That might be misinformed.
Same age, around. Okay, Ivan is younger. Okay. Okay, so actually, 35, 34. Okay. Never ask a woman her age. 21 says, right. Just being cute. Bro, you look so young. Yeah. So actually 12.
That's just
I
the
act like
light
a 12
here, that's like flashing at us.
So I would say, so you can reveal your age now.
I need to think about it. No, I'm just kidding. Usually I need to think for you how old you are. I'm what?
Seriously? You don't remember how old you are right now?
No, usually
34,
usually that's you. I'm 34.
Yeah, you're 34.
I wasn't sure if I was 33 or 34.
Yeah, we tend to forget. But yeah, Ivan is definitely...
Yes, I'm 34. That's true.
She's younger than me. Yes. But very young. Thank you very much. We like to we try to keep young, maybe it's the German alcohol.
Which one do you like more, Köln or Düsseldorf, or where do we live?
Whoa, to be very honest, it's a very subjective, obviously, opinion. I've given Cologne a chance in the sense of like visiting it. But the city is just way too big for me, to be honest. It's again,
it's too loud, it's big, it's dirtier.
I would say it's dirtier, actually. Yeah.
It's cool. I mean, we like it. It's maybe a little bit more open-minded still than Düsseldorf, I would say. It's a feeling, I would say. It's not pretty. It's more like a feeling, and you get that feeling when you go visit. You feel it on the streets with the people. So we like Cologne, but would I want to live there? No.
For example, you want to see Ivan get triggered a little bit? Carnival, Cologne or Düsseldorf?
Cologne.
There you go. So we love living in Düsseldorf, but to celebrate something like Carnival, for example, Cologne tends to be a lot better in that sense. So they both have their pros and cons. But for living, we're happy in Düsseldorf. Even like somewhere like I couldn't imagine, for example, living in Berlin as well. Wow, that city is also pretty big. It has its pros and cons. There's amazing communities, amazing things happening in Berlin. And sometimes I'm kind of jealous of that amazingness because Düsseldorf is also cool. But in that community or startup-y kind of thing, it's not as intense as Berlin, but the city for me is just too big, I think. I lived there once to study German in a German school. I lived there for what was it, 2 weeks?
Sorry, I'm reading
Oh,
comments.
you're not the one. But if you're reading them, maybe you can make some effort and write them down.
I remember.
Okay. There you go. So anyway, so I lived in Berlin. I was studying in a German school, learning German, I think, for 2 weeks or something. And the commute alone from the flat where I lived to the school was like 40 minutes. And I had some friends there. And every time we would meet, it would be like, oh, by the way, this is like an hour and a half train ride. And I'd be like, dude, like what? So that for me is like kind of like the turnoff from Berlin. And they tend to say if you live in Berlin, you usually just hang out in the neighborhood that you live in because everything is just so distant wide.
Yeah.
But I still like Berlin very much.
There was a double question on what we think of Hamburg.
Oh,
so Hamburg is called Die Perle Deutschlands. Yeah? So the
pearl of Germany.
It is very pretty. It's like really beautiful for the eye. It has a lot of water bodies. So if you're into water, that's great. It is. I like Hamburg very much. Would I want to live there? Maybe for some time, but not really, because obviously I'm from the area where we live. So I'm from the Rhineland, and the Rhinish people, they're different than the south, the north, or the east people, I would say. And the north is known for being a little bit more quiet, maybe. And plus the weather in Hamburg is not better than in Düsseldorf, and already we whine about the weather in Düsseldorf.
Yes, true.
No, but Hamburg is a beautiful city, and to visit, it's amazing. It's a great, like, it has amazing sports competitions. It has all the musicals of Germany, the big port. If you like wind and a little bit of rain, then it's an amazing city. Of course, it has the Reeperbahn, like the red light district in Germany. So there is a lot to see and experience. The fish markets. It's a really, really cool city.
Oh, Hanover, any comments? I actually say in one video that I think Hanover is a town, but it's a city.
It was one of the first videos.
It was one of the very first videos, actually. And I would say Hanover is the most underrated city in all of Germany.
Biggest city in all of Germany. I fully agree.
It's such a cool city, really. I think it's like a Dusseldorf of the north, I would say.
So, I would say Germans always bash Hanover. It's like, who cares about Hanover? Like, why would you go to Hanover? But then I actually went, even I think first time without you or with you. I'm not sure.
Maybe I
was really flabbergasted by how beautiful it was. Like a cute little city center, like an amazing Rathaus, so much water, like this, what's it called? Machsee? Amazing big lake right in the city. I was really impressed. And the beauty about Hanover is unlike other big cities which are popular, it is relatively affordable.
Yes.
So that is a really big plus. There's big companies there. So it's really, yes, Hanover, please go.
Yeah, definitely. So Graj, thank you so much, first of all, for your donation. And I already also put here that it was AAD United Arab
Emirates.
You. Thank you so much. And question is like, any way to get dependents health insurance before moving there? What do you mean, like independent? Maybe did I copy that wrong?
No, dependent.
Like for someone else,
like from a spouse.
So before moving here,
so the only way you can be health insured with your spouse
from your spouse
would be with public health insurance, and only if the dependent doesn't earn a certain threshold, more than a certain threshold. But any public health insurance only kicks in once you're already here. So usually for moving, you need travel insurance for the move. But anything health insurance related, please reach out to our partner Feather. They are the experts.
Yes, actually, I was going to say Feather might be a very good company to talk to, because what they do, I think it's pretty awesome. They really help you navigate through the whole German health insurance thingy, and they don't do it by giving you what is best for them in terms of commission, but they do it what's best for you and your situation. So they're really like a consultation service that they weigh in all the options. Situation. Yes. So that would be your best bet, to be sure. Look, Bernard just got a job because of this channel CV and cover letter tips. Wow, that is amazing. That is super cool.
Congrats and thank you.
Yes, congrats. It really is super nice when we read your comments and you say thank you and let us know how all the content has helped you. It is I think that is the number one motivation to keep on going and producing stuff. Right?
And also, what has been really weird in the beginning, still is, but now we kind of like hope we handle it better. But also we do get recognized on the streets by now, and that is like super, like I said, like strange, weird, but amazing at the same time, and thank you for everyone that has stopped us, and we don't mind getting stopped because you overwhelm us with thankfulness, and that is again the motivating factor for us. So it is, and that was actually one of the main reasons why we did the meetup, because we felt we felt the warmth from you that you give us on the streets, and we wanted to embrace that.
Yeah.
So that is really very, very special. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I would say yes. We met some very kind people on the street, and it's been really cool, to be honest. And the thankfulness, I think that's again what makes this so cool.
Yes.
The project too. Oh, now I'm okay. Now I'm gonna start crying too. But anyways, thank you everyone, and also thank you for everyone who has bought us coffees. Definitely, we also wanted to say thank you also for supporting the super chat, but definitely the coffees. The people that are recurring as well, like Fanny, I know you're there. Lauren, you're there as well. Thank you everyone who supports us. Really, that's very kind.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else here? Leipzig versus Dusseldorf. Ooh.
Leipzig is upcoming. It's trending.
Yeah.
It's like really hip. Also relatively affordable.
Yes.
A lot of amazing nature around it. Architecture, we went there once, was also cool.
Was pretty, but I prefer Dresden architectural wise than Leipzig, to be honest.
But Leipzig is more hip and in than Dresden, I would say.
Maybe, as the Germans say, maybe.
There's also a question about Augsburg. Never been, but
I have been.
Yeah.
And it's amazing, I think. Yeah, I have been. You have been. You haven't been. I have been. It's really, at the end of the day, I think you need to find a city that matches you and how you like to live life, really, because every city has something unique to offer. And every city, unfortunately, has also their down, sides. Recently, we were sitting with a friend who comes from the north, and she was saying how one of the hardest, she's German, by the way, one of the hardest things for her to get used to in Dusseldorf was how so they would maybe make an appointment or do something, and here the people in the Rhineland, they're called, like the more open people, they would not always be true to their word or be a little bit late or whatever. And for her, this was like a massive culture shock. I mean, mind you, they're the same culture.
But then another friend was like, are you sure it was because of the area of Germany or because you're in the creative industry?
Ooh, good question. So it could be a combination of both. So at the end of the day, it really depends on what kind of, because people are different in every city. Culture is different in every city, even though it's still Germany. But
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like definitely.
Yeah, and definitely you can live in a city or whatnot and see how you like it, enjoy it, and if you don't like it, you can always move. I mean, that's the benefit of renting an apartment versus buying it. You see. So we have 11 minutes left. Otherwise,
crazy. It's already 49.
It's super crazy. Wow. Ooh, we got a question here that it was in from Pam actually. It was in Spanish and it's asking more like, after I had my work permit in Hungary, was it easy to have the German work permit? And in my situation, one did not help the other at all. Having a Hungarian work permit it was just for Hungary. Actually, it was so intense that it was not only just for Hungary, but it was for that one company that I was working for.
Yeah, but that's normal also in Germany.
But in Germany, it's only the first 2 years.
Yes.
The first residence permit that you get, only for not the blue card, but the residence permit is for the 2 years. And after that, when you renew it, it's for any company. But in Budapest, it was always just for that one company.
Okay.
And it didn't help me at all. It was like as if whatever, like really nothing. So I had to go through the whole process as well. Do you ever create a video that contain culture about the province or a city?
We did not. The only video we did was about Düsseldorf.
Yes, so that Düsseldorf, because we live here, right? And it's super hard because we don't live in any other city.
It would be super biased.
Yes, and also super unauthentic, I would say, because how can we talk about living in Dresden or Munich when we just have been there to visit, really? To universities. Okay. No.
We do not cover universities or a student-related topic in depth, just because we're not in that situation. Jen didn't study here. I studied here, but I kind of like studied at a private little school back in the day. It was like, a weird decision. Let's not talk about it. So this is not our authentic selves right now, which is why we don't, this is not our focus topic. We touch it sometimes, of course. We have like related content, but it's not the core. And there's amazing other resources that touch studying in Germany with their core. So thank you so much for being here and following us. And we hope that some of our information is also absolutely helpful to you. But no, the plan is not to go a deep dive into studying in Germany.
Unfortunately, yeah, I agree with everything. So sorry about that.
Thank you, Himmel.
Thank you so much, Himmel. Himmel, are you actually the sky?
Himmel means heaven.
Yeah, heaven. I said the sky. Yeah. By the way, super niche and very interesting question from a Guatemalan. And they're asking if 1 quetzal coins in Guatemala, we have a coin that is equivalent to 1 quetzal is our currency. If it works for the supermarket cards.
Ooh.
I would say no, because if I remember correctly, the quetzal coins, they tend to be a little bit wider and bigger. We can go home and compare them. But I would say, and they're very thin.
Yeah, I think there is a thinness. I think they need to be thicker.
So I would say no. But actually, I learned the other day when we actually talked about that topic in a video, if you want to find these coins that go into the card, you can always apparently go to the cashier and ask for them, and they will give you like a branded supermarket coin that you can just carry everywhere without actually spending the money for it.
Thank you for all the comments.
Yeah, so
we also learn a lot from you.
So there you go. So you can just go to the cashier and ask for the supermarket coin. Yeah, they're made out of plastic, exactly. And that one is super nice to reuse it.
So here was from Bryant. I'm a single dad with a 9-year-old, I think, old boy, and I'm moving to Augsburg in August. Any advice you can give me? So generally speaking, we actually did call a few schools to see, their different responses to bringing kids who don't speak German really. And there is support from the government, because in that age, kids need to attend school, right? So they, of course, need to help you find a school. But other than that, it's also kind of like just calling them up. Some speak English or writing them emails, and they have support. And depending on how many kids with the same mother tongue, they might treat it differently than if it's just a single kid. So it really depends on the city, on the individual school. But yes, there is help. And if you have not been able to research anything by yourself, latest when you do the Anmeldung or when you go to the Ausländerbehörde, they will definitely help you, because by law, your kid needs to go to school.
Yes, definitely. That's actually one of the conclusion that we landed, that theoretically, when you enter the country and you go register, you can ask there for advice on what school to go to and where your kid can sign up, definitely.
You just highlighted the question?
Oh, yes. I don't know if this is something we can answer, to be honest. Take university track. That's, do we want to read it aloud? Because now we're just like reading without saying anything.
Sorry.
Anyways, we can just read it. It says, like, asking for a friend, do you recommend an 18-year-old to actually take the university track or getting an English-speaking entry-level job in Germany? That, to be honest,
that is an individual decision.
Yes, because it depends what the study is. For example, I, as a developer, I wish I would have gone to the university to study computer science, just because that would have given me the skill set to write better algorithms and understand systems in a more complicated way. That would have probably allowed me to land a job in Google, for example, or a very high tech company that does more advanced technologically things. Because you know what I mean? Like that's
I mean, education is important. It just depends on it really is an individual decision. It's a budget decision. There's so many I'm sorry, you really need to maybe do a pro and con list.
Yes, do a pro. Yeah, that's a very dependent question. So sorry, we cannot be more specific about it. Do they speak English in the foreigner's office, or should you bring a translator? Wow, this is actually, I think things have evolved a little bit, but to be honest, as far as I remember, for some reason in the Ausländerbehörde, they claim that for legal reasons, they cannot give you all the information in English. That's at least back in the day what they told me.
Berlin has started, as far as we know.
Berlin has started to give some information in English. What happened with me is that because luckily I landed here with a job, one of my coworkers was kind enough to come with me to the Ausländerbehörde to help me handle this stuff, because otherwise I think they would have only spoken German. They might try to explain things in a simpler German, but again, if you have no understanding of the language, then it's like super impossible to understand what they're saying.
So either, I mean, depending on also how confident you are in German, but either maybe ask someone from work if you have a friend, or there is also this service webpage called Help Buddy, I think.
Help Buddy, I think, yes.
Where you can kind of like book a translator or like a person that helps you. So that could be something that you could look into as well, if you feel like you would rather have someone by your side.
Yes. Oh, wow. We're in 1956. Wow. I think like time has flown.
It is super flown.
Really?
It's amazing.
But I want to answer this one question that was from the very beginning here, from also, it was from Mary Mation, about how like growing up with kids with different languages.
Yes.
So the question was more in the lines if like she is a native English speaker, and what happens if she marries a partner and they want to have kids?
Different language, English second language, German third language.
We wrote it down. Now we're confused. Hold on. Here. Okay. See? Okay. Let's say I have my native language is English. I have my native language. English is second. German is third. Very good. So Ivan was right. And she marries a German girl. Would we teach our kids German first? That
again, it's a super individual how you would like to raise your kid, but from experience.
Yes, from experience, we can tell you that. So I think it depends also where your kid is growing up. We have a Mexican German couple, and they have 3 kids. And with all 3 kids, the mom speaks Spanish, was the Mexican one, to the kids. The dad speaks German. Of course, the kids learn German in school because that's what is being taught. However, the kids, when they're old enough, they also go to Spanish classes. They constantly go to Mexico for holidays, and that's, I think, where their Spanish also kicks even stronger. And the kids can speak Spanish. They can understand fluently. They cannot speak super fluently, but they speak it. So again, it really depends. I mean, if you have your parents who don't speak another language and you want like the kids to be able to have a relationship with the Oma and Papa, you know, then maybe having that one language makes sense if that's your native language that you want to teach.
Yeah.
So I think that's the
really individual, but I would say the country the kid lives in, that language the kid will learn anyways.
Yeah. So that's at least from the experience that we've seen with friends with international people. I have a theory, says Fanny. One parent speaks to the child in the native language and the other parent speaks the target language. Yeah, which is actually what our Mexican German couple friend did. Yeah.
Oof, Haley, well, thank you for joining, even you were stuck in the train.
Thank you, yes. Wow. So I think currently it's like 29 degrees outside. We have closed all windows and doors.
To have no street noise.
Yeah. We're very warm at the moment. I have one question that I have already learned German, but obviously it doesn't sound that great as English as I make a lot of mistakes. Do native German accept our courage or just make fun?
Yes, we accept your courage. We love your courage. So I think that is the biggest issue with learning a language, that one thinks one is not good enough and has like this speaking barrier. But I would say only through speaking you can, first of all, become more confident and also learn more.
Yes.
So we totally accept your courage. Please also accept that Germans will most likely correct you.
Yes,
so that will definitely happen. And this is not personal. We would try to help you so you can learn from the mistake and improve your language. This is not meant to be rude.
Yeah, I can tell by experience. No, like I said, actually speaking German breaks the ice so much, really. Even if it's not perfectly pronounced or perfectly built, I, to this day, make so much mistakes regarding the dative, accusative, and all these things. As you can know from the videos, I can't even say the word, tooth.
Asa,
Did I say that right? Wow, because I had to think about it. But Germans appreciate that. And as Ivan mentioned, they will correct you, definitely. Thank you for so much, Hamid. Thank you so much. They will correct you, but it's not bad intended. It's only annoying if they correct it like every 3rd word, right? Because
may happen.
It may happen from experience. But anyways, no, they will appreciate your courage for sure. Yeah, bad German is better than no German,
yes.
Right? I agree. I totally agree. Definitely. For example, my latest acquisition in my German vocabulary is the word Schnürsenkel. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Which is shoelace, by the way. Don't ask me how I know that.
Will you do more live streams in the future?
Did you like this? Please let us know with the yes, no. Is this useful? Was this nice? We're at the 20.
Would you like these chit chat hangouts? Would you like more topic related live streams? I mean, we're always open for new experiments.
Okay. So yes, +1. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes, more. Okay. Yes. Okay. Once a month. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, please. Yes. Okay. This is fantastic. Thank you
Hello,
so much.
Ricky, and thank you.
Ricky, thank you so much. You joined. Good to see you. Yes, more lives love that. Okay, super. Okay, that's good to know. Great feedback. So even though we cannot meet in person, face to face in the meetup, we can do these live streams as a little online meetup, no? No, as the Germans say.
No.
Yes, you will keep. Yes, Tiger. I love. Is it Tiga? John. Okay. Yeah, all the beer. Yes. Why are there no bagels in Germany? We can.
There are, but they're not popular.
No, they're not popular. And I would say they're not the same quality as maybe in the US as you might be used to. But why do you want bagels when there's like German bread? Yeah, exactly. Kidding. Of course, it's a taste thing. But I think Brötchen is pretty tasty as well. The brand of the ventilator. Oh, now you tease the ventilator. Ooh, where do we put that? We will put that on our non-existent Instagram.
Seriously.
So by the way, we do have an Instagram account, which we have never posted anything. And interestingly enough, we have 150 followers on it.
See, this is like one of the topics. It's like, I'm like con Instagram. Jen is like pro Instagram.
If we reach maybe 200, maybe I start posting stuff.
So here's my beef with that. Would you rather us focus on the website and YouTube and focus on giving you the best and best content? or have another distraction like Instagram, where we just do mumpets and take time away from focusing on YouTube and the website.
Was that a question?
No, yes.
Or that was just a
that was my point of view and a question at the same time.
Focus, says
yes.
Junior. Yes,
thank you.
Focus. YouTube
See?
And website, focus. Website and YouTube. Wow. Okay, best concept. Okay. Distraction, says one. That's true. Please, no Insta. Okay. Then that's YouTube.
Amazing.
That's you found your new superpower now, didn't you? Mm-hmm. Stick to one platform, guys. Okay.
Yes.
YouTube, perfect. Okay. Then we will post where can we put this information about the fan?
We can send an email.
You know what we can do, actually, if you're watching this, after this is done, this live stream will be in a playlist, and then in the description there, we can put
we can put a pinned comment.
Yeah. Yes, we can do that. That we will do. Yeah. Oh, 152 followers. Confirmation bias on the platforms. Yeah, exactly.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Squirrel. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, that's currently, I'm
amazing.
A squirrel person. Yeah, this was super cool. Amazeballs, as I like to say.
Yeah, I need more water.
Me too. And I'm sweating.
So we wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining us. It was really fun, and no reason to be nervous.
Yes.
I mean, we were like, oh my God, do we have enough to talk about? But yes, we have like plenty to talk about. So we will also have more live streams.
Yes. On a final note, actually, to be very, we actually wanted to drink a smoothie during the live stream. However, we bought the smoothie. But then we drank the smoothie because we realized this is not nice if we're trying to drink the smoothie and we're trying to talk.
That's not, yeah.
So that also happened. Anyway, so we wish you all a very nice evening or day if you are not in Germany. And yeah, then I'm pretty sure this was a success. Or night, so sorry. Or morning, okay. A very nice time until you go to bed next. And we can do this more often, definitely. Hopefully by then, Ivan's cough is gone and it's not so warm. Oh my God, please. Yeah, no complaint. Hasta la vista. Bis nächstes Mal. Ooh, are you ready for the big goodbye? Cheers!